Hello everyone, I'm Jerry Stone, and this is the Recapathon, Episode 4, Part 2. Dun dun dun! Alright, we got a macro view again. Here's the chassis. We have Philco and their million super heterodyne patents. The high efficiency aerial tag, the aerial connections, and then around the side here we got a power transformer and the tube on top of it, our audio output tube, and these are two old filter capacitors. These things are huge compared to their modern replacements. Oh yeah, and then there's one up here. That's the dial lamp and the 3 tuning capacitors. Around the front here is our power and tone selector, our band switch selector, our tuning, our dial, and our volume. And this is our connection for our shadow meter. And these are the IF cans. So yeah, let's take a look under. This is the underside of the chassis. It's very coincidental that the only Philco radio I have is during the year where they experimented with the floating chassis, where this is actually a separate part. This is actually a separate part than the normal chassis. It's floating on top of it, making recapping almost impossible. Let me get my little pointer, or just my tried and true screwdriver here. And I will point out, I think this thing has 12 capacitors. This is our first capacitor right here. This is our second capacitor. I'll have to remove this this coil here. This is our third capacitor. This is our fourth, fifth, sorry, I'm looking through the camera here, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And this is our eighth. And we are not talking about the electrolytics because my neighbor, thank you again, replaced the 3 electrolytics here. You can see how much tinier they are. And then, there we go. You can see all the way down there, there are 2 brown capacitors. You can barely see them. It is so hard to see them. Alright, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to replace those. Alright, I'm going to let my soldering iron heat up to be very hot, because it's going to need to be hot to heat this old solder. A lot of radio restorers use a heat gun, not a, a soldering iron. Anyway, I don't have that. Also, sorry if I don't film a ton of footage for this episode. Again, this is a very difficult job, and yeah. Oh well, let's start recapping. I'm going to start with this one up here. Right here. So yeah, this is a 0.08, so we're going to make a replacement. Alright, I did it. And I'd also like to mention that I looked through all the capacitors in this radio. They have not busted, swollen, leaked. If Philco was still around, I'd buy their capacitors because they are in pristine condition. I'll insert a picture with the macro lens at some point. Alright. What should I do next? I'll do this one next. This will be fun because there's a mica capacitor attached to it. Sorry. Alright, I'm sorry again for not filming this. So, we did 3 of the 4. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to this one. We're doing this one right now. And I took this one out and found it's a 0.25, not a 0.025. So I'm going to do all the ones I can. And then I'm going to see if I can put enough capacitors together to make a 0.25. So right now I'm putting in the one, the clip. Then I'm going to do this one. Then I'm going to evaluate these 2. And then I'm going to get to that one. Alright, I did that one. Alright, I'm still thinking about this one, but this one, the place where it was going, I couldn't see was just ground, so I put the new one in and just soldered it to the nearest ground tap. Alright, and disconnected this one. I can't get it out the other side, so I just wrote disconnected on the old one, DIS. So yeah, I'm going to do this one next. Alright, we did that one. We've done 7, and we have, I'd like to say 4, but really 2, because we can't get to those 2 in the bottom. And look at my beautiful cat, one of them, watching over this entire thing. It's the Recapathon, not the Recapathon. Luckily, didn't have to make any ground lugs or anything, but yeah. But yeah. Oh jeez, that's gonna be counter heavy, and that entire thing's gonna topple over. Anyway, yeah. I don't know if I can feasibly do this one. I can barely see where it goes. And then those 2 back there are just absolute impossible. But I'm hoping I can make something that'll work for this. So 0.25. I'm taking a break. Yeah. Alright. I made a replacement and also wired in the mica mold. So let's put this old guy in. I put that capacitor in, and now we're ready to go. I've done every single capacitor except 3. 2 I cannot get to, like it's impossible, and 1 I really also can't get to without taking this out. I don't think I can. Anyway, I'm going to clear the stuff off my workbench, and I'm going to plug this in and see if it works. I'll do that on camera. Right? Dial light goes on, that means we did a few things right. Rectifiers, audio outputs. I have first, I have second, I have third. All the tubes are lighting up. That means we did that part correctly. Now, after recapping,
nationwide.
Alright, I'm gonna have to look at this. I think I found the source of the problem, and it's not too bad. Let's just let the radio warm up. So it's good for a minute. But then it goes down. Now, before the crackling happens, I notice it's picking up dozens and dozens of stations. But now it's crackling, so let's just turn that up a little bit. And you can hear as I get close to this corner of the chassis. You can hear that. It is undoubtedly the audio output. Nothing near the audio output. Rectifier wouldn't do that. It's not the socket either. Because if I wiggle it around in the socket and it's not too hot yet, don't worry. It doesn't do anything. But when I tap it, yeah, it's the audio output tube. So this is what, a 6F6G. So I'm gonna order some new tubes. All right, the audio output, 2 of them. I don't need 2 of them, but got 2 of them. Those 2 tubes came. So let's open it and check it out. I see 2 RCA tube boxes. Oh boy, this will be interesting. Oh, look at those tube boxes. They smell like RCA. Alright. And they said these were tested 6F6G and then 6F6G. Let's open this one. So these were both tested good. Here we go. Very nice. Alright. Well, let's put these in the radio after dinner for me, but it will be coming right up for you guys. There you go. Audio goes down. And you see audio goes way down. Makes it really bad. So, yeah, it's not good. So, I'm not going to be as brave as those restorers who just yank a tube from our running set. So, turned it off. There's our 6F6G tube. That one's probably bad. Well, it better be. Then we're going to use our Sylvania replacement here. Oh yeah, and I bought 2 of them because that was actually the lowest price. So here we go. It's our 6F6G Sylvania. Holy, I just stepped on my radio repair thing. Anyway, 6F6G Sylvania. Stuck that boy in. Let's see if we can get any better results. Right, rectifier lit up. Audio outputs lighting up. Oh yeah, also you can notice that this is almost opaque. This is a very well used tube. So hopefully this one works a bit better. Oh, the radio's outputting audio. That's good. Alright. Now that we've put in the new tube and done everything, we are going to attempt to align the radio. I haven't done this with other radios, but I'm planning to listen to this radio a lot. So, what we're going to do is, first we have to plug in the radio. Yes, this is something you have to do while the radio's on. And you are going to, you should really do this with a signal generator. But I don't have a signal generator. So, I'm just going to align the IF cans with a screwdriver, because that's what you do. A lot of people have special plastic screwdrivers. I don't have that. So, hopefully the radio will warm up one of these days. Oh yeah, I tuned it all the way in. It's not going to pick up any.
Yeah, or your iMac.
That's KOA. Again, this doesn't have an antenna. So we're going to tune to CBS Sports.
I don't think most people would say the Memphis Grizzlies, but he's doing it. If he continues this, those odds are going to shorten real quick.
Let me just tune it.
Joel Embiid wins this thing. It's his time, but I'm telling you, Jaw's doing exactly what he needs to do.
What do you make of that team? I mean, they look.
And then
young.
we're going to tune.
They have a lot of young players on that team, a lot of young pieces, but they are getting it together. As you look at the surrounding cast, let's say, around.
So you see it gets quiet,
I mean,
so we're going to back out and then back in.
Believe in that roster. When you watch them play, do you like, obviously it's easy to watch John Morant do this thing, but do you, are you... Spotify bought them for an undisclosed amount, but I think it was millions.
Billions. Couldn't pick that up. Didn't have that quite tuned correctly. Anyway, the Philco is done. It sounds wonderful for an AM radio. And it looks wonderful. From when I first got it to now, I've always loved this radio, and I always will. It's a really nice one. Dang it, should have cleared that volume control.